hand to her throat.
Something changed the instant that collision took place. But the impact itself was not the only thing that threw the basketball world into a frenzy. As the backlash grew, Colin Cowherd delivered a heated response, claiming that everyone from the referees to the league was ignoring the situation while Caitlin Clark endured yet another physical hit. Was this just a normal part of intense basketball? Or was it a sign of a much deeper issue? And what happened afterward only made the controversy grow even bigger.
A generational talent and a WNBA superstar who had 2 cheap shots right there that weren't called. And I just say again, absolutely unacceptable.
Steph, do you think that the league needs to look into how Caitlin Clark is defended or how she's officiated going forward?
I mean, we spent all offseason looking at officiating. All offseason. And I still say the one thing that we keep asking for is...
The WNBA has spent the past 2 years trying to resolve a question that should have been one of the simplest answers in sports. Yet, somehow, it has transformed that straightforward issue into an endless controversy.
And people are very...
How do you protect, support, and highlight the biggest star your league has ever had? After another controversial game involving Caitlin Clark, that discussion erupted all over again. This time, one of the most influential voices in sports media finally reached his limit. Colin Cowherd did not hold back, and after his comments, many people in the basketball world questioned whether the WNBA had created a situation that was entirely its own doing.
I have an 11-year, $77 billion contract. You are building the league. You just reached an incredible collective bargaining agreement. You understand they did a great job with that. The league is growing, and it's reaching some of its aspirations, no doubt, but there's still a lot more work to be done. Don't get in the way of the cash cow. You don't sit up there and pave a way for her and don't compete. Nobody's implying that. But you certainly ride that tidal wave of popularity and use it to your advantage to build the game, not compromise and hurt the game by taking up.
What made Cowherd's remarks connect with so many people was not just his criticism of a single officiating call. He claimed that the latest controversy was simply another example of a larger pattern surrounding Caitlin Clark since she joined the league. His point was direct. The WNBA keeps heading toward a wall with Caitlin Clark while refusing to acknowledge the impact she has already had on the league.
Bigger arenas to accommodate.
That is a remarkable statement coming from someone who has spent decades analyzing every major sport in America. Cowherd has often recognized commissioners like Roger Goodell, Adam Silver, and Rob Manfred for understanding one key business idea. When someone brings massive attention and growth to your league, you do not create obstacles for them. You protect the product because supporting your biggest stars eventually helps everyone involved. The timing of his criticism made the situation even more intense. During the Fever's game, another physical moment involving Clark quickly went viral on social media. Fans immediately started debating whether officials had once again allowed unnecessary contact around Clark's upper body, with many calling it dangerous, while expressing frustration that replay reviews still failed to deliver what they believed were the right decisions. That immediately shifted the discussion away from basketball strategy and toward officiating. Instead of focusing on offensive plays, defensive adjustments, or playoff races, everyone was suddenly studying slow-motion replays frame by frame, as if they had earned honorary degrees in basketball officiating overnight. Sports fans had turned into investigators.
Tonight, with these two teams tangling in back-to-back games, because it got heated 3 days ago when I watched it, was absolutely unacceptable, egregious. Stephanie White used the word, and just unfortunate that, you know, a situation, two situations could go untethered, if you will, and the result was the result.
Michael Jordan's era showed that the league understands there is a difference between competitive physical play and unnecessary danger. Cowherd compared the WNBA's regular season officiating approach to how the NBA manages its own games. During the NBA Finals, referees often allow more physical contact because the pressure and stakes are at their highest, and players expect a tougher style of play. But throughout most of the regular season, Officials usually focus on protecting players and maintaining offensive flow because the league has a strong reason to keep its biggest stars healthy for the long season ahead. Michael Jordan's league understood that there is a clear difference between intense competition and putting players at unnecessary risk. Cowherd compared the WNBA's regular season officiating style to the way the NBA handles its own schedule. In the NBA Finals, referees often permit more physical contact because the stakes are much higher and players expect a tougher level of play. However, during most of the regular season, officials usually prioritize player safety and smooth offensive action because the league has every reason to keep its stars healthy throughout the long season.
Imagine if this happened in the NBA, where all of the men just decided they hated the star player and made it their goal to permanently eliminate them from the game. But men seem to understand that having somebody in the league that everybody wants to come and watch is beneficial for everybody. It brings in more viewers. It brings in more revenue. It brings in more brand deals. Their paychecks go up. It brings in all of the things that the women in the WNBA claim that they want, and even that they're entitled to, but that they're absolutely willing to throw away because they're jealous.
Some people believe there is a sense of unfair resentment and that Caitlin Clark, a straight white basketball player, is not receiving the level of respect she deserves. The argument is that if this pattern continues, the WNBA could face serious consequences. One commentator took it even further, saying that if Caitlin Clark ever decided she was done with the league and chose to move on, it could create a massive problem. The question became, what would the WNBA look like without her? Whether fans agree with that idea or not, it points to a bigger concern. If every game starts feeling like a wrestling match instead of basketball, the focus eventually moves away from incredible performances and toward controversial officiating decisions. Ironically, that is exactly what has happened repeatedly whenever Caitlin Clark takes the court. Instead of talking about another amazing pass or another deep, Colin Cowherd's comments added fuel to an already heated debate around Caitlin Clark and WNBA officiating. He argued that the league repeatedly mishandles its biggest star, creating unnecessary controversy instead of protecting the product. Many fans believe Clark's games have become overly physical, leading to constant replay debates rather than basketball discussion. Supporters say the WNBA is failing to balance toughness with player safety, while critics argue the league is simply enforcing normal physical play. The situation has turned every fever game into a national talking point, driven heavily by social media reactions and viral clips. Cowherd also suggested the league should better embrace Clark's massive commercial impact instead of allowing distractions to dominate headlines. Overall, the controversy highlights how much attention and pressure now surrounds every moment she plays.